New day, wet shave, this is a different phase.
Matt Maltese is a young, up-and-coming alternative singer-songwriter from London, and I've been absolutely obsessed with his new album, Krystal. This is Matt's second major release, with his first being 2018's Bad Contestant, and he also has singles and EPs dating back to 2015. Krystal, however, was my introduction to Matt, and what a beautiful, fascinating introduction it was. The snippet that opened this video was from his song Rom-Com Gone Wrong, and that's the opening track of the album. The music video was actually directed by the star of the 2010 coming-of-age romantic dramedy Submarine, Craig Roberts. It's a fun collaboration because these two guys and these two pieces of art seem perfect for one another. There's a similar blend of a bleak, awkward humor that radiates off of these people, their films, and music. The video for Rom-Com Gone Wrong is a sort of meta look at the making of a music video where things aren't exactly going as planned. It radiates the same awkward, funny, somber energy that I've been describing, and I really like it. If you haven't guessed by now, Krystal is a breakup album, and its opener sets the tone for what's to come really well. Throughout this soft, smooth, vulnerable track, we get lyrics like this: "She had no mask, nobody understands. That's that, goodbye everything. Long baths, podcasts, I'm crying when I'm smashed. Haha. Welcome to grieving." By the end of the track, things come to a lush, very well-produced crescendo. We've got Matt's layered vocals, the instrumental seems to grow more and more upset as Matt's delivery does the same, and all of this just got me so excited to continue listening to the album. By track number 2, Tall Buildings, I started catching on to one of my favorite aspects of this project. Matt's able to capture the feeling of post-breakup blues so well, but it's not the same kind of post-breakup feeling that I'm used to hearing in music. We see plenty of musicians tackle the feeling of pure sadness. The desolate, life is horrible, I'm miserable, and when you listen to my music, you're gonna be miserable too. That kind of stuff. But what Matt does on this album is much more honest and much more nuanced. It's harder to describe than the same old stuff, but it accomplishes so much more. Post-breakup or not, people don't want to feel sadness. There's always going to be some level of, maybe this'll be the day that I get out of bed and start accomplishing my hopes and dreams. People want a glimmer of hope, and that's what Matt does so well on this project. It's a melancholy, vulnerable collection of songs, but there's a glimmer of hope. Not a sudden, you're gonna conquer the world Katy Perry song kind of avalanche of hope. No, a glimmer of hope. And that's what's real and relatable, and it's what I appreciate so much about Matt and his music. Honestly, this is an idea that I think British people in general are far more in tune with than Americans. That glimmer of hope can translate into humor, and then we get the concept of laughing at your own misery, and also the idea of subtlety too. Whenever I watch a British movie or TV series, or oh my god, especially my favorite British game show, which is my favorite thing ever, there's always a subdued comedic presence that can appear at any time. The jokes don't even have to be jokes. Just looking at one's own sadness after a breakup, that can be enough to laugh and say, life sucks, but hey, it goes on. And P.S. to actually finish the example that I was giving, on Tall Buildings, there's this cute little piano following Matt throughout the song, and he's doing this very sing-songy up and down delivery, and it's just brilliant. This song sounds like if a clinically depressed person made an appearance on Sesame Street and started singing about how hard relationships can be. If you were just reading the lyrics, the song would seem absolutely heartbreaking, but with the piano that seems both fun and a little regretful, and with Matt's delivery where he's a guy that is going through it, but he's trying his best, I think there's a level of subtle, dark comedy to this otherwise bleak song.
I just wanna make you happy, but it don't.
On the track Tokyo, we get a taste of Matt speeding things up and taking more of an indie rock approach on this project too. On the chorus, we get more of the very British, very literal, subtle humor with lyrics like, "If you rip open my heart, you'd see a whole lot of blood and arteries, but if I'm talking romantically, you'd see space for you." It's one of the more cutesy, adorable cuts on the album. I think it sounds like if you mashed a Beatles love song with Mac DeMarco playing in the band as well.
Over me and over you, I came by to say.
And I almost don't want to start giving out comparisons because when I first listened to this, I was thinking, man, he writes music like blank, and this song sounds a little like blank. And I don't want you to think that he's ripping musicians off or something like that. I'm just trying to compliment Matt by saying that some of his music reminds me of other musicians that I really love and admire. With that being said, I think there's a lot to go off of with a songwriting comparison to somebody like Father John Misty. Matt has the same kind of sharp wit, the strong, interesting criticisms of life, and so much more. Then, as a storyteller, and with the way that he approaches singing, I think of some all-time greats like Lou Reed and Jeff Buckley too. I think they share a certain element of knowing when to go all in on emotion, and when to hold back, when to leave the audience wanting more, and so on. I think the best example of this is on the song Curl Up and Die. For me, this is the strongest ballad of the album, and it's a really impressive track from such a young musician.
Makes me wanna go home and curl up and die.
Overall, Krystal is a great, bittersweet project. The lyrics will hit you hard whether you're crying or laughing to them. Matt really does have something to say when it comes to songwriting, his voice is charming, and the music is not something you hear every day. Check it out and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching that video. Be sure to check out Matt and Krystal and all his other stuff too. If you want to support the channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on social media at RenshawHS. You can buy my merch, support my Patreon, and thank you again. I'll see you soon.